All right. You go ahead and close that out. It'll save the second you type. Every time you type, it saves. You go ahead and close that out. And now we're going to go to our notes. Chapter 1 notes. And it should have a Google Doc. So go ahead and close out your notes now. Did it work? Thank you. Google Doc. Hit refresh and try it again. Did it work? Okay. You're going to have to do the same thing. Go to File, make a copy. And what you're going to do is type in this area as I go through the PowerPoint. So go ahead and close up your textbook and everything. You don't need that. All right. Now, you will be submitting this as an assignment, so you need to make sure that you take notes. Don't work on anything else. Also, if you miss something, it's okay. We'll go back over it at the end. Don't ask the person next to you. Don't ask the person next to you because then you distract them and then both of you miss and then people, all that. I promise we'll go over anything at the end, okay? All right. So chapter 1, providing safe food. Now I'm going to stay back behind my desk quite a bit so that I can talk to you without breathing in my own breath. All right, so our objectives for this chapter. By the end, you should be able to identify what a foodborne illness is and when a foodborne illness outbreak has occurred, TCS and ready-to-eat food, the 5 risk factors for foodborne illness, the populations that have a higher risk for foodborne illness, ways to keep food safe, the roles of government agencies in keeping food safe. All right, a foodborne illness is a disease transmitted to people through food. So and we're going to talk about the different types. It's some type of pathogen that is inside food, and when you consume that food, it now gets into your body and can make you sick. Now, an illness is considered an outbreak when 2 or more people have the same symptoms after eating the same food. Now, that doesn't mean that 2 people have to eat a grilled chicken sandwich to get sick. Somebody could eat grilled chicken fettuccine alfredo or chicken salad or a grilled chicken sandwich or chicken tenders and get sick because the commonality there is that chicken that they consume that may be contaminated with something like salmonella. An investigation is conducted by the state and local regulatory authorities, so it's actually, done by the Board of Health. They come in and they investigate, the CDC investigates, and they determine yes, it is, or no, it is not. And the outbreak is confirmed by laboratory analysis. And so the CDC will say yes based on laboratory results, saying yes, there's salmonella present in this sample. So what are some challenges to food safety or things that make it difficult to keep food safe? One is time. Time is how long it sits without proper storage, whether it's hot storage or cold storage. Or time is how long it was cooked in order to reach the minimum internal temperature that it needs to kill pathogens. Language and culture, those barriers that some employees have. There are some people that you will work with where English is not their first language, and that can pose that barrier. Literacy and education, the education level of someone. You guys taking this class will make you more knowledgeable than many people that you may work with in a food service establishment. Pathogens, again, we're going to talk about those different pathogens, whether it's, and hopefully you guys are typing these into your bullets. Pathogens, again, viruses, bacteria, things like that. Unapproved suppliers, and this is going to be one of the big things that we talk about, is making sure that you buy from approved, reputable suppliers. People who are going to follow proper procedures to ensure the food is safe. High-risk customers, so we have our elderly population and those with compromised immune systems. In the last couple of years, I think it was 2018, they dropped pregnant women from that list of high-risk customers, which is good because they pose more challenges themselves. And then staff turnover. Every time you have to replace an employee, you have to retrain that new employee, and some of those topics are going to get missed. That employee also doesn't have that time in service to know what your business does. All right, cost of a foodborne illness to an operation. Again, you should be typing in these bullets or numbers here. One is loss of customers and sales. We know if a restaurant ends up causing a foodborne illness outbreak, you don't want to go eat there because you don't want to get sick. Well, customers stop showing up, sales go down, and you're not bringing in the money you need. Loss of reputation. People aren't going to show up. They're going to suggest to other people, hey, you know that they had a foodborne illness outbreak and 30 people got sick. Negative media exposure, it's going to be in the news. Okay? Even, not just even right then, but we know how the internet works. We can look up stories from the past. People moving in may not realize that at one point, just a couple months ago, you caused a foodborne illness outbreak in your community. Lowered staff morale. They're not getting the customers in. They're not making the money that they need. Maybe they have to, they're being chastised by the community, which they shouldn't be, but they could be. They're just not happy because things aren't happening the way that they used to. Lawsuits and legal fees, especially if you were found negligent in your practices, or if somebody, sues you for, lost wages or medical bills, things like that. Staff missing work, if you have to be shut down, they're not making money. Increased insurance premiums, especially if your insurance company has to pay out because of a lawsuit. You're going to end up paying more. Plus, you're a bigger risk to the community, and therefore your insurance company is going to charge you a higher premium. Staff retraining, so you're going to have to retrain your staff. So you're going to have to pay them to be trained. So you're not open, you're training these people and you're paying them, but you're not getting money coming into the business to make up for that. Okay, unsafe food is the result of contamination. So there are three main ways food gets contaminated. Biological hazards, chemical hazards, physical hazards. You're also going to see in here they're going to call them biological contaminants, chemical contaminants, and physical contaminants. They're both the same thing. There are 3 ways that food becomes contaminated, at which point it should not be consumed. And we're going to cover each of those. Our biological contaminants are bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi. So these are, living organisms. Okay? Even if it's just one cell, it is an actual living organism. And we'll talk more about these or get more in depth with these in chapter 2. Our chemical contaminants are cleaners, sanitizers. So our cleaners are dish soap, hand soap. Sanitizers are our buckets of sanitizer, which we're going to do next door tomorrow during the lab. Hand sanitizer, any of those things. And then our polishes are for stainless steel. Stainless steel polish to prevent it from rusting. Physical hazards are things that get inside food. Some of them are naturally occurring. Others are because of
emergency response to room 140. Emergency response to room 140.
Again, are naturally occurring or are because of negligence or just accidental oversight. That would be metal shavings from opening a can, staples that might be in cardboard boxes to hold the boxes together, bandages worn by employees because they have a cut or a wound on their hand, glass, may come from chipped glass, chipped plate, something like that, or if the container is glass that a food comes in. Dirt, so the dirt could come in on the employee, or dirt from produce, especially your spinaches, your lettuce, and quite a bit of your melons are going to have dirt on them quite often. And then again, natural objects, fish bones and fish, cherry pits, apple seeds, things like that. Maybe a stem from an apple or a pear. Okay. Now, how does food become unsafe? There's 5 risk factors for foodborne illness. Purchasing food from unsafe sources, so buying from somebody who isn't safe. Failing to cook food correctly. Holding food at incorrect temperatures. Right? Maybe cold food is held too hot, hot food is held too cold. Using contaminated equipment that wasn't properly washed, rinsed, and sanitized. And then practicing poor personal hygiene. Again, this is going to the restroom and not washing your hands properly when you return to work. This is taking out the trash and not washing your hands when you come back in. It's eating food, drinking a beverage, chewing gum, any of those things, and not washing your hands properly. All right, how food becomes unsafe. The first is time temperature abuse. Again, holding hot food at the correct temperature. So if you don't hold hot food to at least 135 degrees Fahrenheit, it can make somebody sick. Cold food needs to be 41 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Okay, not cooking to the minimum internal temperature. Cross-contamination, so not storing food properly in refrigeration, or maybe cutting raw chicken and then cutting tomatoes on that same cutting board without washing, rinsing, and sanitizing. Poor personal hygiene. You can see here he's scratching his arm. If he's got a wound on there, he might get scabbed or skin particles in there. So you scratch and then make food. Now your skin particles are in that person's food. And then poor cleaning and sanitizing, right? Wash, rinse, sanitize. All right, time temperature abuse is when food is stayed too long at temperatures good for pathogen growth. And we're going to get more in depth into our temperatures. Cold food needs to be held in refrigeration. If not, after 6 hours, it has to be thrown out. Hot food is 4. Food has been time temperature abused when it has not been held or stored at the correct temperature. It is not cooked or reheated enough to kill pathogens. Or it is not cooled correctly. We're going to go through that cooling process here in the next few chapters. Cross-contamination is when pathogens are transferred from one surface of a food to another. So you can see here, it looks like raw beef. Okay, so beef blood, beef juices dripped on the lettuce, okay, causing cross-contamination. Now, cross-contamination can cause a foodborne illness when contaminated ingredients are added to food that receive no further cooking. You are not going to cook that lettuce. You're definitely not going to cook lettuce to a high enough temp to kill E. coli. And that you're going to need at least 145 to 155, depending on what the product is. Well, you're not going to cook that, any vegetable, to that temp. Ready-to-eat food touches contaminated surface. So again, you're making a turkey BLT, and you cook that sandwich on the same cutting board that you had raw pork on. Contaminated food touches or drips fluids onto cooked or ready-to-eat food, as you can see in the picture there. A food handler touches contaminated food and then touches ready-to-eat food. Contaminated wiping cloths touch food contact surfaces. All right, poor personal hygiene can cause a foodborne illness when food handlers fail to wash their hands correctly after using the restroom. Cough or sneeze on food. Touch or scratch wounds and then touch food. Work while they are sick. We're going to go over the things food handlers that what symptoms a food handler has when they shouldn't be around food. Poor cleaning and sanitizing can spread pathogens from equipment to food when equipment and utensils are not washed, rinsed, and sanitized between uses. Food contact surfaces are wiped clean instead of being washed, rinsed, and sanitized. Wiping cloths are not stored in a sanitizer solution between uses. And sanitizing solutions are not at the required levels. When we go next door, your sanitizer bucket, 4 quarts of water, and it tells you inside there's a line that says 4 quarts. Water needs to be 4 quarts, and then you're going to put your sanitizer tab in there. If you have too much water, the water will be diluted, and that will not kill any pathogens that may be on your counters or on your table. Too little solution, and it's going to be too concentrated, and you can actually cause someone to get sick because you poison them with too much concentration. It becomes a chemical contaminant or a chemical hazard. Now, there are 2 main types of food that are most likely to become unsafe: TCS food and ready-to-eat food. Those are our 2 types: TCS, time temperature controlled for safety food, and then ready-to-eat food. TCS food is food that requires time temperature control to limit pathogen growth. That's time and temperature control for safety. TCS. are TCS foods? Milk and dairy products, and yogurts, things like that. Eggs, shell eggs, or any egg that has not been pasteurized. So if you get a bag of liquid egg, or if you guys ever bought liquid egg in the container that you pour out, it's kind of like a milk carton. Those are pasteurized because it's taken out of the shell. Meat, which would be pork, beef, poultry, so duck, turkey, pheasant, chicken, fish, including shellfish there too, crustaceans and shellfish. A potato that's been baked. So a raw potato is not a TCS food. A baked potato is. Once that heat's been added to it, it becomes a TCS food. Rice or grains. So again, rice can sit on your shelf for years. That's why we buy it on a shelf and we keep it in the pantry. Once you add water, once you add heat, it becomes a TCS food. Soy proteins, okay? So you're looking at tofu, edamame, tempeh, things like that. Sprouts, so here, alfalfa sprouts, bean sprouts, any of those. Anything that sprouts with seeds. Microgreens are going to fit into that category as well. Produce that's been cut, so tomatoes, melon, lettuce. And then your oils that have something added to it. So garlic oil, any herbs and spices, things like that. And that's because there are some bacteria that do not require oxygen to grow. Ready-to-eat food is food that can be eaten without further preparation. That means you're not going to put it together. It's done. It's ready to go in the customer's mouth, like a sandwich at Subway when they give it to you. Washing, and then cooking. So if it's not going to be cooked anymore, if it's ready to go in your mouth, it's ready. Same thing with apples. Okay, once they wash the apple, it's supposed to be wrapped. Ready-to-eat food includes cooked food, washed foods and vegetables, deli meat, bakery items, sugar, spices, and seasonings. All right, these people have a higher risk of getting a foodborne illness. The elderly, and the reason why is their metabolisms, their body functions don't perform the way they used to. And so, like in their intestinal tract, they don't actually pass food out as quickly as a person your age. And so when that sits there, because of the slow digestive system, it has a better chance for your pathogens to get into their system. Preschool age children, they don't have a strong enough immune system to fight it off. And people with compromised immune systems. Okay, people with lupus, people going through radiation or chemo, people with HIV/AIDS. Yeah, I think I checked most of those categories there. COPD is one as well. All right, focus on these measures. Purchasing from approved, reputable suppliers, controlling time and temperature, preventing cross-contamination, practicing personal hygiene, okay, washing your hands after you do something that's going to touch anything, and then cleaning and sanitizing. All right, training and monitoring. Train staff to follow food safety procedures, provide initial and ongoing training, provide all staff with general food safety knowledge, provide job-specific food safety training, retrain staff regularly, and document the training. Monitor staff to make sure they are following procedures, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. If a task is done incorrectly, take corrective action immediately. That means fix what's broken. Retrain an employee or multiple employees if they often complete a task incorrectly. Make sure that everybody's following the proper procedures that they need to follow to ensure safety for the customer. The person in charge must be a certified food protection manager and be on site during operating hours. And this is the class that we're taking right now. If the person in charge may not need to be on site at all times if the operation poses minimal risk for causing a foodborne illness, so that's based on the kind of operation it is, or based on the type of food served or sold. Cashierless markets and convenience stores are examples. They don't have to have a ServSafe certified person at the local gas station to sell that food. To become a certified protection manager, you must pass the test from an accredited program. The program must be accredited by an agency approved by a conference for food protection, and completing this course and passing the ServSafe exam meets those requirements. All right, why is it important to be a certified food manager? CDC suggests that it reduces the risk of foodborne illness and was a distinguishing factor between restaurants that experienced an outbreak and those that had not. The FDA studies suggest more effective control of risk factors for foodborne illness. Government agencies. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, scroll through, this should be in there somewhere. U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC.
Emergency response room 168, emergency response room 168.
U.S. Public Health Services, or PHS, and then your state and local regulatory authority. Regulatory authority responsibilities include inspecting operations, enforcing regulations, investigating complaints and illnesses, issuing licenses and permits, approving construction, reviewing and approving HACCP plans. Oh. All right, any questions? Make sure your textbook goes back up on the shelf. Please have them facing the same direction. If you want to ask them on Friday, come see me. The rest of you have a great
We finished
day.
right at the bell. I got lost. So did I. I just felt weird. I'm just gonna do it when I get home. Every answer.
No. Okay, don't panic then.
Every section is in the PowerPoint
It
except for
should
the last
have,
one.
so they've changed the PowerPoint on me.
Ashley.
All right, you were
Ashley. I have a boyfriend. Aiden finally said yes. I'm so happy. Oh, you didn't hear it? Yeah, that was, no, ignore that. That was not okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let's just pretend that never happened, even though it's literally on camera.
It's on camera, so like.
It's like, yeah, just ignore it never happened. Totally just didn't get excited. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh God, I'm so happy. I want to cry. I'm so happy I could actually cry. Ma'am, I know I'm weird. Coke. You can't reach me. No! Damn it. Bonk. Bonk. Be like, bonk. I messed up in the head wheel and all that. Yep. I'm mentally unstable.
I know.
See you in English. I'm so happy.
I know. He made a group chat. He kept saying, I don't care, I don't care.
What do you mean you keep saying I don't care?
On Snapchat, I texted him, I said, hey, do you care about my group chat? He said, I don't care. I said, Michelle said you might be mad, so I should ask you. He said, I don't care.
Oh. Uh-oh. I don't.
Should I try talking to him?
I'm scared now.
I'm going to try talking to him, and I said, hey, I'm very overprotective of Michelle. If I make you upset or uncomfortable, like, let me know.
Okay. What class do you have? You gotta
If you're
go.
uncomfortable, let you know. I'm uncomfortable.
Were you in trouble on Friday?
I'm sorry, you two know each other?
She's my cousin.
What? She's in my cooking class.
No, I wasn't in trouble yesterday.
I'm sorry, sis.
Yeah, weren't you in interdisciplinary?
Ma'am, you need.
No, we were in child development.
Bro, go to class. Go to class. Go to class. Go to class. Go to class.
Now you're gonna walk me to my class.
No, I don't want to be late.
I heard you.
Shush, I know. Jocelyn and her cousin are about to get into a fight. I'm like, no, go to class.
Good morning.
Good morning. Apparently not here.
It's a 3-day weekend. Somebody need a pencil.
I'll take it.
What was that, Jeremiah? Like, yeah, I thought I knew, but I don't know whose it is.
I've been picking up a lot of pencils off the hallway floor.
It's all this side of the room. Okay. Here's what we got. Now, the essay was due on Friday, but I put it up here just because you haven't done it. It's still,
Needs to be done.
it still needs to be done, and today would be better than not at all, right? So, but this is kind of like your checklist too. On Friday, I had the anticipation guide and the kindness writing or coloring sheet. So some of you may have gotten that done on Friday. If not, it's on Canvas. And I changed the due date, because remember I said it wasn't actually due on Friday, but I said it was due on Friday, so you guys would see it for Friday. But there is a new vocabulary assignment for the short story we're gonna read tomorrow. So everybody has something to work on. So if you're caught up on all of this, you at least have the vocabulary to do. Does anybody else have their coloring page ready? Put your name and put second hour, that way, that way I can keep them straight.
What is that word?
If you are not done with the coloring page, get the vocabulary done first. And then if you wanna spend some time coloring on the coloring page. Is there anybody that was not here at all? Were you not here at all? Okay, so if you want to, you can write a paragraph about kindness. That's one option. It's on Canvas. That's this, let me move. Delete 3. So would you rather write a paragraph or would you rather do a coloring page? You want to write a paragraph? I'll get, they're over there, I'll get you one. Okay, so Canvas looks like this, week 3, we're in week 3. If you want to just do the writing, you're just going to type a paragraph here about a time when either someone was kind to you or you were kind to someone else. Okay, let me show you guys the vocabulary. Okay, so the way I have it on here now, you guys should be able to type directly on here. If you want to make it bigger, you click on the blue highlighted and it'll take it straight to your Google Docs. But what's nice about this way, if you don't get, like, let's say you don't get this finished today in class, which you should unless you're working on other stuff. You'll want to open it through Canvas. You don't have to go through and you can just submit it straight from here. You don't have to go to Google Docs. You don't have to find it or anything. You just submit it straight from here. Okay, so this is what you guys are going to do. There's 10 vocabulary words. So first of all, you're going to look the words up. I would just open another tab on your Chromebook, like right next to it, and go to dictionary.com, and then you can just look the words up and then go back and forth, like, what's the first one? Contemplate. And then I would just go back and forth. Okay. So you're gonna put the definition. Then you've got, it says, respond to the following questions or statements showing your understanding of the vocabulary word. So, like the first one, what has been something in your life that you have had to contemplate before you did it? So what would be an example? So even without looking up the vocabulary word, you guys should have an understanding, right? You guys have heard contemplate before, right? Now that you hear it in this question. So like so then what does that mean? Something you contemplate. What would that be? Think about, right. So what would be something in your life that you would have to think about before you did it? Anybody think of an example? Perfect. Applying for a job. When I can only invite one friend to go someplace with me, right? Like that's something you have to think about. Or when I'm running late for work, what am I gonna say? Those are some examples. Give an example of something or someone that has been destructive. What would be an example of something that's destructive, Michelle?
Hiroshima on Japan.
Huh?
Hiroshima on Japan.
Yeah, right. Good. Okay. Okay, so are there any questions about the vocabulary? Okay, so everybody knows what they're working on, right? Everybody has something to work on. Yep. All right. And, okay. So do you still want a coloring sheet, or do you still want to write a paragraph? Okay. And then, now, if you're doing the coloring sheet, I might have just said this, but I'm going to say it again. I would get the vocabulary done first. That way, it's done.
You don't have to worry
You don't
about
have to worry about it. So which one do you want? The world. Okay, so I'll show you. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna color it in, but then in the lines, you would put things about kindness. You don't have to fill in every single line. Like this one, they've got like 4. But see this one, they did like every other. So you're just kind of writing what kindness means or like an example of kindness. Okay? Okay. Ashley, did you have a good weekend? Yeah. Did you do anything exciting?
No, not really.
Yeah. Aaron, did you have a good weekend? Did you do anything exciting? You did what? Oh, nice. Cadence, how was your weekend? Boring. That sounds like the best kind of weekend. Me, Sadie, how was your weekend? Yeah, did you do anything exciting or fun? That looked pretty cool. Did your shirt get a bunch of paint on it?
Yeah.
So I kept thinking too, when I saw a video, I wasn't there, but I saw like a video, and I thought, do you think it got on the people that were sitting next to the student section? Do you think it blew on them?
were so mad.
Were they mad? Chelsea, did you have a good weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you do? Sounds amazing to me. Kylie, how was your weekend?
I slept the whole time.
That sounds glorious. I wish I could do that. Silas, how was your weekend?
Good.
Huh?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I got in a fight.
Do what?
I got in a fight
You got in a fight?
Yeah.
Well, how's
No,
that
that
good?
sounds.
That sounds horrible.
because I didn't get hit.
What?
I didn't get hit.
You did good in the fight?
Yep.
What was, I don't want a lot of details, but I'm just curious, what was the fight over? I'm just wondering if it was like worth it or not.
The kid walked up to me and he asked me to film me. Literally, like, I didn't even know where.
Where was this at?
Down south at Planet Fitness.
Fitness?
Yeah.
And he just walked up to you?
Yeah.
So where did the fight occur, inside or outside?
Outside. It was so weird.
Did somebody document this
Yeah, I have it.
occurrence? I'm sure they did.
I have it on my phone.
I'm sure, well, I don't wanna see it, so. Well, I don't know that I think it's a good weekend, but
It was great.
to each his own. I mean, I guess that's pretty stupid though, for somebody to walk up and just say.
Yeah.
Like, did he think you were looking at him funny?
No, we were all, because we do the truck meets down south at Planet Fitness.
Yeah,
And he like walked over to me and he said, he literally just asked to box me. It was so weird.
does he go to North, is he a high school student?
I had no idea.
Oh.
I had no idea who he was.
Araya, how was your weekend?
Boring.
Did you get in a fight too?
No.
You didn't do anything?
No, just homework.
Oh, good for you. Tommy, how was your weekend?
Pretty good.
Yeah, anything exciting?
No.
Wrap up whatever you're doing on your phone, but good, so you get to work on it. Jeremiah, how was your weekend? Did you get in a fight?
No.
Good, I'm glad. Anything exciting happen?
No, I just kind of like procrastinated homework.
Michelle, did you have a good weekend?
Hey, if you call that good, yeah, whatever. I don't.
Did you get in a fight?
No, but I didn't have a good weekend.
You didn't get in a fight, and I think that's a good weekend.
Oh, well, I mean,
Okay, let's see who's not here. Audrey. How do you sense that? But wait, what do you mean? What's on your phone? Does anybody know how to send an assignment from your phone to your
If you
phone?
can't-
Like, wouldn't it?
I know how to like take a picture of something and like do it to the drive.
Okay, hang on, let me finish your tenants and then I'll try to help you, Tommy. So I'm not sure. I mean, wouldn't you just submit it from your phone?
I mean, if you could, then yeah.
Well,
But-
what is it you're trying to submit?
For my graphic design.
Oh, for that. That was for my class. I don't know. What period do you have that class? Fourth. Well, do you have my work done? Yeah, you got that vocabulary done. Yeah, get your vocabulary done and. Oh.
It's not letting me copy and paste.
That's the point.
There is a way, does anybody know, I don't remember how, there is a way you can copy and paste.
I just went into Google and then put like the first word and then the definition.
No, but you can, I think you have to do, well, you have to do like,
Like control something.
control something, but I don't remember what it
Control
is.
C
Control C.
is copy and then, yeah.
Now,
But it won't let you copy it. I already tried.
You have to like go at the beginning of it and then as the very.
I tried doing that, but it didn't work.
is that what listen, and I don't care if you copy and paste, I don't care. I would probably copy and paste, but
I don't know.
you still need to make sure that you guys are reading it, because on Friday, we're gonna have a vocabulary quiz. Jaden, if you get on Canvas, you'll see there's a vocabulary under week 3.
Hi,
So go ahead and work on that. Did you figure it out, Jeremiah?
No.
Oh, I don't know, there is a way you can do that. I just don't remember what it is.
It won't let you because I tried to do this, but it won't. It just. It won't let you.
highlight it though?
You can't highlight it. It won't let you.
I just can't right click.
Yeah, that's why it won't let you right click it.
Oh, then I
So this is what I did. I just put contemplate definition, and then this pops up, and then I put the words.
I don't care. Whatever works, I don't care.
I'll show you. What are you trying to do?
You find it
I already
easy.
did all the
Listen,
vocab, but
again,
I was just saying you can't
so
right click on it. It won't let you right
I
click.
don't care if you copy and paste it.
And you only
But-
right click.
Make sure you're reading, because listen, this happened all the
No,
time
look,
last
see
year.
what this is what I do.
It won't
I
let
would
you.
have kids, because we will do a,
It does that, but then
will
it gets
have a
all the definitions,
vocabulary
and we only
quiz.
want one of them.
Okay, well here's what I do.
I just did this.
I don't know yet.
Just that, yeah.
Yeah.
Here, how do you go back to that?
Usually it's like matching.
Okay.
the
All right,
definition
so
and then
look,
like a part,
Just like
something
before you
that,
click on
like,
it, hold this down. Oh, it's not working.
you know, down,
My
like this
computer's
is-
not really
But all
working.
the time, I would know the kids that just
I don't
copy
know.
and pasted.
Let's just do the word, like-
Because I mean, it could be like easy words too. And I'm like, just spend a few minutes and.
Just like hold it down.
It
Why
just
is
won't, it won't work.
It works on mine.
It
like,
won't,
I don't
doesn't
know
work
why.
on mine. My computer must not like me.
No, because some of them you'll see that, like you could just answer with one word. So, you know, that was you, that's not right, Sadie. So Sadie just asked, so the second part of the
Oh, I didn't
vocabulary,
even think
there's like
to
a
that.
statement or a question, and she just asked if that has to be a complete sentence, and not necessarily. 'Cause some of it you might answer with like one word, or I can't remember all of them, but no, not necessarily.
So what? Mine just takes me to the app when I search it up. Yay. What the heck's that noise? I think someone's writing on the chalkboard in the next room.
They probably are. I think there's a chalkboard at one level.
Guys, about the.
What do you have done?
Well,
What do you have done?
everything.
Everything.
I would-
I'm gonna give you guys each a Riska because you're all ready. You got, it appears to me that you all have your Chromebooks and they're all charged, and right now nobody's asking for a charger. So I'm gonna give you
Mine's-
a Riska for readiness. Carolyn. Oh, I just remembered, I just realized, I guess none of you guys cared about my weekend. They're asking how my weekend was.
Well, how'd your weekend go?
For asking. I had internet this weekend, so that was better than last weekend.
Did you not have internet?
Last week, no, somebody came and chopped up a tree stump in our yard and cut the cable, so we didn't have it for 4 days, which was agony. So remember on Mariska, you're just gonna write your first and last name, and then before you guys leave, I'll have you guys put these. Oh, have you guys gotten to the one yet about neuroses?
Yes.
Did it confuse you?
No.
Okay, so if it did, think about, okay, so in the definition, they talk about neuroses, like you probably should have put something about like, it has to do with anxiety, right? So think of it that way, like what would cause you anxiety? Or, okay, so neuroses, it has to do with like your brain, right? So what would be something, can somebody remind me what the statement says about neuroses? Like, is it like give an example of,
What are some things that could cause you to have?
okay, so what are some things that could cause you to have neuroses? So think of it in terms of like anxiety, yeah,
Trauma.
trauma, perfect. So, or like mental health issues, like what would be, I mean, it could be crowds, it could be, so yeah. Don't overthink it just because that sounds like a big word. It's just like, it has to do with like your mental state of mind, so.
I already finished my vocab.
So are you all caught up on everything?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm done with everything. You have something in your, I think that's your mask actually. Never mind.
Trees were.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Do we still go to SRT next summer?
As far as I know.
Why would we not? Wait, what's today?
Here, Michelle. Okay, if you're still working, keep working. You don't have to participate, but I want to go over the anticipation guide because, we're gonna be reading the story tomorrow. And I don't think we're gonna have time to, I like to talk about the anticipation guide before we read it, so, but if you're still working, just stay focused on working, you don't have to participate, but, okay. So we're gonna read this short story called The Veldt tomorrow, and, it's by Ray Bradbury, so he's the author of the novel that we're gonna read. So we're gonna read, a few of his short stories, before we get to the novel, so, I won't talk a lot about him today, but, okay, so this one, does anybody know what a Veldt is? Yeah, Jeremiah.
The things you put around your waist.
That's a belt with a B. This is a belt, and it's got a D in there too. Yeah, Aaron. He wrote that, and that's the novel we're gonna be reading in a couple, or maybe a couple weeks. Okay, so a belt, it's like, there's an African belt, so it's kind of like the desert. Okay, so now that I told you this story is called The Veldt, and a belt is a desert, does that match or make sense with any of the statements in the anticipation guide?
No.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, what could the connection be with a desert? What do you guys think this story is about based on the statements?
Kids.
Kids are involved, maybe a family. Okay. There's nothing wrong with spoiling your children. Do you guys agree or disagree? Do you agree that there's nothing wrong with it?
Sometimes you can be spoiled for it to like a good amount.
Okay, does it depend on how you define spoiling?
Yes, I think
Okay.
both, like, agreeing and disagreeing.
Okay, I guess it depends on what spoiling means. Too much freedom is a bad thing. Okay, now this I'm talking about raising kids. Now, I'm not talking about freedom like as American citizens. I'm talking about like, do you guys think too much freedom for kids or teenagers, is that a bad thing? Why, Tylee?
I think
like you have to set certain boundaries and like build trust with them.
Yeah.
Just like, because I can do it.
Now, as you get older, should you have more freedom?
Yeah, I think they should work.
Yes, I agree. And I think it's healthy
Parents don't.
to give your kids as they get older more freedom, because freedom teaches you responsibility, right? Like if somebody does everything for you all the time, you're not gonna learn how to problem solve, right? Like I always tell my daughter, like you have to be uncomfortable to a certain extent, right? That's, because she'll be like, oh my gosh, this just gives me so much anxiety. And I'm like, but you're supposed to have a certain amount of, anxiety is what saves you, right? Anxiety is what saves your life. I mean, that's why we have anxiety, right? You should get a bad feeling when something's not right. That's your body's way of telling you something's not right. If we didn't have those feelings, we wouldn't be able to protect ourselves, right? So, okay, so I think too much freedom could be a bad thing, but I think it's good to give people freedom. I think freedom also teaches us responsibility. Our thoughts and dreams can come true if we believe in them strongly.
Disagree.
Does anybody agree? That if you think about something enough, it'll come true. Say
I
it.
feel like it gives you more motivation to push you to do it.
Okay, you guys have probably heard like, you can see it, believe it, you can achieve it, right? Is that true? Like if you can see, you don't think so, Aaron? Why? You don't think that you can manifest something to happen?
I think that you can to a certain extent.
Have any of you guys done a vision board before where you like, you kind of figure out what you want in your life, and then like the law of attraction, have you guys heard of that, where if you put on a vision board, then it's like supposed to be drawn into your life?
Oh.
You could worry for nothing. Like, you could look.
Yeah. I think you have to be open-minded that it may not be, because here's the thing, sometimes we're led in a way we don't want to go, right? Then it ends up being like a good, has that ever happened to some of you guys where you're like, maybe you were kind of forced to do something, but then you ended up actually really, it ended up being like a really good thing, or like you were kind of forced to be around somebody, you're like, I can't stand that person, but then like it ended up being a good thing. Michelle?
Wait, were we talking about things being manifested? Because if so, I just had it happen to me today.
Well, I'm just asking if we can make things, basically, can we make things come true if we think about them enough? Parents should set rules and guidelines for their children.
Yeah.
Does anybody disagree? Children should be able to do whatever they want.
Disagree. Well,
Nobody agrees. Because I don't think children have the capability to know what is
children.
children.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
that they would
children.
have-
No.
The capability to know what's best for, I mean, completely, so. Someday there will be technology that will allow you to travel anywhere in the world without leaving your home.
I wish.
Who disagrees? You disagree? Don't we have this now though?
Like a VR headset.
Like, there's like virtual reality, right? I mean,
I like
not
going-
that everybody has
I
that.
like going out and doing stuff though.
Do what?
I like going out to do stuff though.
Yeah, I mean, so we kind of have technology now, like you can look places up, I mean, you can see live streaming, so you can experience it, but there's nothing like experience things in real life, right? I mean, that's completely different, right? Okay. It's okay if children call their parents by their first name. Who disagrees? Okay, who agrees that it's okay to call your parents by?
It's kind of disrespectful.
Okay, so I would not like it if my parents called, or my parents, if my kids called me by my first name. But here's what I'm curious about. Okay, so who raised your hand that it is okay?
Well,
Aaron. Why is it okay? Oh, okay, so do you do that, or are you just saying in general terms? Okay, so is it okay to do it if you don't respect your parents?
Because there's a lot of crappy parents out there. Just because somebody's your parent, does that mean you automatically should give them respect? I mean, yes, Michelle.
Kind
My dad's never been in my life, and I still call him dad, but I think some people that don't have their dad in their life or their mom, either one, should be able to call them by their first name since they haven't really been there for them.
I mean, it's kind of
'Cause
one
they're
of those
not-
things like why, I wonder why in our society, I mean, it's just because it's been something we've always done, right? Like your parents call their parents mom and dad, like that's just what but it's kind of like, I wonder why we think that, that like you have to call your parents mom or dad, or whatever, like not by their first name. Okay, too much technology can be bad for our relationships. How many of you agree? Silas, do you agree or disagree? Too much technology can be bad for our relationships. Huh?
I don't agree. Wait, hold on.
Too much technology can be bad for our relationship. Is that true or not true?
Not true.
Why do you think it's not true?
How can too much technology be that?
Okay, so how can maybe let's not even say too much. How can technology be bad for our relationships, Jeremiah?
Well, it can be bad for like relationships because you're not gonna be like talking to people in person as much, and you might lose social skills.
Listen, I don't understand this at all, and this may apply to every single one of you in here. Because my daughter follows all these people on Snapchat, or she has conversations with people, and I'll be like, do you know this person? Like, have you ever talked to this person in person, had a conversation? And she'll say, no. And I think that is so weird. How many of you guys follow people that you've never met, never talked to in person, never seen them? That's so weird, though. I don't get it.
Like I know who they are.
I think that's so strange.
It's not.
Um,
It's like parents send us to school saying don't talk to strangers, but
That's
we
what you're
go
doing.
to kindergarten and we know nobody. How are we not supposed to talk to strangers?
because they're not strangers when you're in class with them.
Oh, yes, they are. We've never seen them before in our
But
lives.
then you're in class with them, so then you've been introduced to them. So that's
Well, then they're strangers, but then same online. You can introduce yourself, and then, well, maybe sometimes it could be catfish, but most of the time it's not.
okay. Children should always be respectful to their parents.
Yeah.
Anybody disagree? That it's okay. Okay, so even if you have absent parents,
I feel like you should
Should
try
you
and respect them at
still
least.
respect them.
You should try to. I mean, honestly,
It's hard, isn't it?
yeah, but like if they don't give you respect, then they shouldn't expect respect from you.
Okay, there is nothing wrong with fantasizing about something harmful happening to someone else.
Oh.
We all do it. We all do it, right? Because if somebody does something bad to you or makes you feel bad, what do you automatically think?
Wish the same would
You
happen
want
on
something
them.
bad to happen to them, right? So we all do it. But does anybody disagree? Does anybody think that you shouldn't, Ashley?
I don't think so.
Is it the word fantasize that maybe makes it sound?
No, because I've had some stuff happen to me, and like I wish the best for them because
That's the best revenge. Be like, I wish you well. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I wish I didn't care enough to, sometimes I wish I just didn't even think about them at all. But it is kind of weird how, when we're upset with people, we'll do that. Yeah, Tylee.
I think there's anything wrong. Like if someone does something to you, like obviously you're gonna want to retaliate somehow.
Or just
Like,
karma, right? You
yeah,
just
like,
want
something.
You want
to happen.
you don't necessarily want to be the one that does it, right? Or is responsible for doing it. You just want them to feel because when people hurt us, we want them to feel the way we feel, right?
But personally, it's more from like coming from my experience. Most people's like anger and like all that aggression towards you comes from like a deeper spot,
Right.
like pain. So like, I know all anger is really deeper than just what like
Yeah.
surface.
Yeah.
So like I have to like understand, like I know when I'm having a bad day, sometimes I take my anger out on people on accident and I'm just like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
I wish someone else could understand. So
Right.
not be that person that understands.
And I agree. I think, sometimes, yeah, because we react, and aren't we sometimes worse to the people we love the most? Because they're like our safe spot, right? Because you know they're gonna love you unconditionally, right? So we're almost worse to the people that we can depend on the most. But yeah, so okay, well, I'm gonna stop talking now. You guys have 3 minutes. Okay. This is all due today. So if you did not get the vocabulary done, make sure that you get it done for your SAT. So that it's not, I mean, you shouldn't have homework if you're staying on top of everything. Does anybody need to take some colored pencils? And you guys can put your Riskas up too. I'll take it. Make sure. That's fine, yeah. You can take whatever you need. So you're gonna write something about kindness inside. So you don't have to do every single one.
Human. How are you? I'm good. I'm tired. I forget this is your SRP. Lucky. I don't know, ask her.
What are you doing?
I haven't, it's not inside.
Where do we put these in?
SRT! Oh my god. Kids, people, no. No.
Good morning.
Ionic bonding, that's so weird.
Why is it weird?
Because it starts,
Beautiful.
it starts with an I, therefore it's weird.
It's ionic bonding that creates ions. Let's
We're trying to do it all day.
I'm enjoying it a lot.
Oh, there it is.
Ah, it's still there. It's still there. Hey. Look at the elapsed time.
Oh.
I started it like at the beginning of cooking class.
Who else is on this?
A bunch of random people. Here, you know what?
I was gonna say, let's make TikToks. Oh.
You want the email for it?
Oh yeah, because I was gonna post a TikTok someday. I'm gonna take my phone.
Add another account, Google.
I was gonna post our
I
TikTok.
want you to show me the messages
Which messages?
between you and Aiden.
Why?
Because I want to see how it went.
I made a group chat.
Oh no.
He's just he was there red. It's the lizard.
Oh, you get to take the.
Yeah, I will, at the end of the year, she will find a new home.
Jocelyn wants it.
And then I will be getting probably Bearded Dragon.
Ooh.
Bearded Dragons? No, they don't.
Jocelyn, you're all dead.
And they're half tail.
You're gonna take a picture of the lizard?
They're not
No.
as big as
I'm
one.
gonna show them my bearded dragon.
Oh, you have a. Yeah, she's alive, the lizard. Come on. I want to see the lizard. It's a lizard.
Look at it.
Oh, it feels so weird. Oh my god, it's huge.
I love the chubby ones.
It's huge.
I had another one.
Green iguana for the win. Sometimes in the year if I can do this one. I know you will take it. And make sure that she gets good and handled so that she doesn't fight me as much. I mean, we'll make it maybe not. I know that when I'm I think like perfect space.
What?
Because I sleep
What?
and I.
Oh, wrong person.
Might as well just not sleep. The reason I have energy is because I don't know, because I feel super tired. But I never do this though, I swear.
I might do this to my dad too.
They're really good. Like, I'm not even sick, I'm just gonna eat popcorn. Maybe I'll put myself, like, I'll have too much of it, and I'll just like die. I used to eat them fast, but they're just so good. I used to eat them.
That shit.
It's an iguana.
It's a green iguana.
I said something, I was close. Who's that?
I don't know, I just do that.
Good morning, everyone. At this time,
Realize
we
I can
will
hear
vote for
everything
fall
too.
homecoming queen. FRT teachers, if you have not received your ballot through your mailbox, please do so. All ballots should be returned to the main office by the end of FRT. If you need any extra ballots or copies, please send a student down to grab more.
I'm sad he's not answering.
Wait,
no.
Send him the
lizard. We got to another voting.
If you have
Yay.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even care. I'm just trying to stop.
FCCLA will have a membership drive.
I don't either.
Listen, please.
School until 4:15 If you can't be there, please find the.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't show the front of that just because it has
No, it doesn't.
Photo club applications are now available. You must be able to take photos on your own time and not be involved.
I
in
might have
any
already
other clubs
done.
That meets during school.
If
you're interested in joining.
Here, let me see.
Outside of room 13. The
Gentlemen, have a seat, stop talking.
Any girl interested in participating in Powder Cup this fall should attend a call-out
Just-
meeting
did you just say Powder Cup?
during
I don't know.
SRT
There you go.
in the cafeteria. Seniors and sophomores versus juniors and freshmen who will play during homecoming week.
You're logged
on
into
Tuesday,
it.
September 21st at 6 p.m. on the football field.
Let's see.
And I
Yeah, I
believe
look
that is
so
all for now. Everyone have a great day.
Yep.
Dude, he's
Hold on, let's see.
stupid.
Let's see.
Okay, so voting is 1, 2, 3, or 4.
You can, it's barely on there for half a second. You can barely read it.
Look at Skyward.
And then I don't think this side doesn't show it, does it? No, it does it? No, it doesn't. Oh, good. We need to do but if you close your eyes,
Okay,
does it almost feel like nothing
just sit
changed
still
at
for a
all?
second.
Why am I scared? Why?
It's for a TikTok I'm doing, and I need.
You're missing your time.
Oh, thank you. We'll do it here in a minute.
I'm really nervous.
I don't wanna.
I don't know any of these people.
I'm not doing this.
I don't know any of these
I don't want to do it.
I
I don't want to do it.
I'm just voting for one random person.
Ugh.
Who are you gonna vote for?
Probably the only person I know on this.
Ellen.
I don't know anybody. How the hell are we supposed to know who to vote for when we don't even know who they are?
Hey, fill it out, bring it up here.
How are we supposed to know who to vote for when we don't even know these people?
I'm just randomly.
I will tell you that Bailey Jackson is one of my students, and she was lovely.
Okay, well, thank you. That gives me my answer.
I mean, I read that before, like,
We're doing number 4. Or I am at least.
I am.
Okay.
sign out. Sign out using the form. You need to pass.
I just went to the bathroom.
Is that Ellen that you can show me?
Okay.
But I just went to the bathroom and I have to go again.
Haha, so do I now.
Ugh,
Michael?
bitch. Corvette, run like
Michael?
Hey! I am the devil, you're correct.
Yeah, I need to find green screen. And I need 3 pictures of you. You're gonna hate me.
Oh, that's a good picture.
Stand the couch out the bar, go.
Justin, that's a good picture. You know it's... Why is it slowed?
So I slowed it down for me, so I can listen and import videos quicker.
That's a good picture too. See, you're choosing the good ones.
I messed up somehow. Hang on, let me listen to the audio. This is gonna be the audio. Okay. You're gonna hate me.
No.
Please.
Okay. Oh my god. That picture. Ew.
Which one?
Not the picture. I mean, the where I rolled my eyes.
Okay, so do you want to place your last side?
Did you save the one from this morning? You saved the one from this morning. Oh, my hair.
I screwed up somehow.
Oh. You don't.
I screwed up because it went too fast.
Oh, it's not that pure. I thought it was pretty easy. I think Drake's on.
No, it's not that you screwed up. It's that this one does multiple.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
I think I still had time.
Okay. I think I got it this time.
Hey, we have a like. Did you like this video?
Huh?
Did you like this video? Live. We have a like.
I don't think so.
Google it up.
Who texted you? Chat?
This person, John Stamos. Put some more words in the title. When people search up for stuff, it will show up more often. Look at the title is in the description. You got to do it for like 2 seconds. What are you?
I'm trying this.
Actually, I like it.
You're literally doing for a split second. It's gonna speed it up though.
I know you did, because I don't have it. I got all of the.
You did it. No, you're gonna do you. You're gonna do you in the background of me, Joss?
Yeah.
If Travis dropped
I hate using this audio too.
Travis won't drop.
And I need to find like 3. Oh, I love this picture I took yesterday.
You mean like put more
Oh.
tables up?
One more. So you know Ashley? I know you know Ashley.
No.
The girl. You know Ashley? She's in your history class.
Oh, that girl.
Yeah, that girl. She's lesbian, and a guy likes her, and he gave her a hoodie, and I'm like, I'm sorry for your loss, but I want my man's hoodie, but I can't get my man's hoodie. And I know he'd give me one. You know that.
Dude, you're gonna get evacuated.
Evicted?
Evacuated.
What the fuck is that?
I'll be back.
You know what, in all fairness, it was supposed to be a summer vacation, but then it got canceled, and then it was supposed to be a winter break vacation, and then it got canceled, so you know what?
Dude, I still want to listen to the album.
Where did you find out at?
Very smart. Okay, and how have you not cut your hair? Why don't you like braid it or like pull it?
I just listened to the song everyone was hyping on. Hurricane.
Thank you.
I'm talking about during the game. No, it was. I know, and David, I'm like, dude, how does that all fit in your helmet? Like, my nose off. Put that in. I need it. I know. He has a lot of it.
I'll throw another
You did. Stop. Because if you have more skills, then you don't even have to run your mouth. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know how like this. Like this.
Did I know that magnets stick to that?
I can't figure out what
New York. Where's my pen? What did you?
I'm all caught up with my work. I don't have any work to do.
It's weird because it's behind for us.
Yeah, because it's always behind. It's always behind, Jocelyn.
Okay, I did that TikTok. Stop stealing my phone.
Pisted him and pisted him.
Stop.
Wait, no. Send him the live link.
I will later.
No, I meant now, cause like he won't answer. He won't fucking answer my email.
Well, this won't be like a dev one.
It's not like a dev one.
I want to do this one with you.
You're gonna.
So you're a medtech?
What is that?
I don't live here. I'm
Which
dead.
one do you want to be?
I want to be the one that says I don't live here. I'm dead.
Okay.
For the record, people of the live, we are doing TikToks. I am the Lorax and I speak for the trees. I am the
You got
Lorax and I
scared.
speak for the gays.
You got screwed in a little bit. Oh, please screwed up.
Oh yeah, that'll work too. I'm just kidding.
Something that sounds like a little.
I screwed up.
No, yeah, you be that person. Oh wait, no, I want to be the one that says.
Then you be the one that says I'm dead.
Yes. No! We almost had it. If it wasn't for the freaking 60-second thing. Dumbass. Stupid freaking.
Oh, it can go up to 10 minutes.
Mr. Shackley?
My mask kept falling, so it looks so
Wait, no,
bad.
here. I want to take our masks off. Or at least have them pulled down.
No, we're in Rio Grande district. My kids have to walk out.
And this way. These are
Oh,
all
I've seen this.
Which one do you want to be? The guy or the girl?
The guy. You know I'm gender fluid, right?
No.
You did not? I thought I told you. Okay. But I was wrong. But yeah, I'm gender fluid if you did not know that. Kind of. I mean, honestly, it's more of just a masculine feminine thing. No, wait, yeah.
Nope. No, never. Don't ever again. No, not ever again. No, not ever again. Do your work.
Well, it's like, it's not like that other
We'll stop at the because.
What the fuck?
I'm just doing things that way I can post them later like I did earlier. And then there's this one. And that. I want to be the Girl Scout because I used to do Girl Scout.
The sky, and I'm here to support the Girl Scouts for some cookies. $4 a box. Would you like some? Girl Scout or chocolate?
Oh no!
No, wait.
Do you not know the one?
I know. I just know what the little girl says.
Do you want to be the little girl then?
You're the little girl. You're the short
You can
one.
be the little girl. You can be the little girl.
No, you be the little girl.
My kids were so confused. They were like, I don't know, what is happening? What is on? Did you bring stuff from the? I was wondering what.
That's not mine.
But she said it's somebody from the team that told her about it.
We're not supposed to. Why? Because pedophiles.
We're just like briefly over here.
Wait, I want to see this.
Mike, I would.
Her kid.
They're selling cookies for $1 a box. Would you like some? Sure. You got like a chocolate, banana, and oatmeal. Pounds.
It is, okay, so that's true.
Okay. So what time is it? We still have 13 minutes. You know that?
Yeah.
Sir.
What? Oh.
Actually,
Fucking tender, guys. We hated you guys. We hated ourselves. I want to be the one that says we hated ourselves. It's not gonna load, is it? Why do I feel like this actually is Aiden though?
Sorry.
Anyone got a charge? But
Look at the use. Okay, hold on. Let me go to my Google contacts.
Don't do what you did last time though, when you got so obsessed with your boyfriend, you literally did not want to hang out with me.
What?
Last time you got together with Caleb, you literally kept ditching me to go hang out with Caleb.
Am I gonna ditch you to go hang out with him?
To talk to him and text him, yes.
How? I don't have a phone.
You'll use Caleb's phone or somebody.
Caleb won't let me touch his phone. I asked him to log into my Instagram so I should show him text. He said no.
yes, guys, clean up my best starting on G.
It's Friday too.
Retro Bowl.
I love that. We need to do one with our masks off.
No, fuck that.
I will.
I wanted to do this one, but we need something to like draw on our face or something eventually.
It's a lot of fun.
I would be the one that says. I would be the one that says louder because I'm the loud one and you're the quiet one.
Okay, we're gonna try this one. Okay.
I like this one. It's like, how do they fill out verses?
Oh, so do you remember when you did the garden thing? Open it up and
He's not dead.
so you have to find a corner.
I remember everybody talking about, this is still live.
That's just dumb.
I love that. Oh my god. I'm mad at my boyfriend. Oh,
Wasn't Pops
oh god, that felt weird.
I love collecting the cosplays. We need to do those.
I love that.
Which one do you want to do?
I don't know. Meh.
I want to be the one that says,
I'm
even though
meh.
you did cheat.
Even though you did cheat.
What?
Wait.
Yeah, someone's family got.
So you need to be.
Okay, yes.
So I need to be the one that says, hello, Susie.
My mom never emailed me back. Bitch, why
My
don't you
mom
email me?
does. Come on.
What?
I said my mom does.
Does what?
Email me back.
It says Vile Mall. Norman never emails me back.
I thought you said my mom never emails me back.
I don't know. I'm not emailing my mom. My mom doesn't know I have this email.
Are you not even gonna play?
The way he was talking about
Bro,
Come on.
don't make me connect this to Wi-Fi again. I really don't want to.
Oh, there's 3 likes, Joss.
And what?
On the line. There's 3 likes. And I'm one of them.
Emilio, thank you for volunteering.
Okay, never mind. This audio won't gonna work. It's
Damn it.
stupid. We need this one.
No, Jocelyn. Yes. Let me take my shirt off. My shirt, I made my hoodie. Oh, well, that could have been bad.
I'm waiting for you. You're gonna need to put the earbud back in.
Oh no.
Okay, put the.
Then fill in the blank.
What are we doing? Oh, that's what we're doing. I forgot.
It's the gay.
Oh yeah, I know. I do it on accident sometimes.
Testable explanation. Testable explanation, that's it.
The way I'm just like draft.
Hold on. No. I need to show you something. If you really want
I'm
to.
gonna do this one with you.
No, go. I know what one I want to do. Go to my
Hang on.
TikTok.
Can we do this one real quick? I want to do these Jeffy ones with you. Because Jeffy is me.
no.
Do you want to be the nanny? Have you seen this episode?
I don't watch Jeffy.
Damn. Here. This is me. You need to be the nanny.
I can't do this
Why?
because I don't know that. I can't.
That's all you have to say. It's having fun.
Okay, friend. But look, watch the boy in the background. Did you see it?
I had a.
He's hot. Both of them are hot. But
I
I think they're together.
I need to act
We're totally not talking about Rambo and Tobo. I don't
So
know
I
what
need
we're
to talk
talking about.
I need to act like I'm in trouble in this. Like I got in trouble.
Uh-oh. No.
You can say you did girls. No. Receives the independent receives. Over does not receive.
Hey, Lily, you wanna trade?
Trade what?
Huh?
Oh.
The way I just slowly come into frame. You can't even see my face. I'm too tall for the frame.
And then I was wanting to do this one.
Language.
Hang on, now where is it? Did I like it?
You barnacle and slayer.
This one. All you have to say is yes. No.
Should like hold it each in front of us as we doing it. That way we don't get it.
But the thing is, I want. Yes.
Okay, fine. Here. Oh my god, that's blurry.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
That last part just kind of sounded inappropriate, Josh.
I'll cut it out.
Oh, I don't think Aiden is aware of this. This exists. Jocelyn. I don't think Aiden is aware this exists.
What?
Look at this. His name's imprinted in my arm. Because this bracelet's too freaking tight.
This is just a quick reminder that all ballots should be
We have to hurry and do one more
returned
because I want
Again, all ballots should be returned to
from
the
a
main
Jeffy
office.
audio I love.
We have time.
Have you seen this one?
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be because Jeffy's my mood and you know it.
Okay, yes, it is. You would do that.
Come on, load, hurry up.
Education, Jocelyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no, check the timer.
It's only like it's only a 7-second video. Wait there.
Oh.
Bro, I couldn't get the one I had.
Roll tide, roll.
No, they.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, I didn't realize that you don't say language 6 times. I thought you said language 6 times.
You do near the end.
I had Johnson.
Really? Really? In the SRT he texts. The end.
There's a no spot. This was like head, body.
Oh, you do?
Tell him to just email me.
He thinks it's you, so
Yes.
The evidence?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
what?
Oh my god, I used to tell him that I loved him even when we were together, but now I have to. No, don't do it, Jocelyn. Wait, Jocelyn, wait. No. Jocelyn!
You want me on stand?
Yes!
What?
Remove for everybody. Remove it. No! Oh, you better tell him that was you. I will.
No, you're saying he's gonna think it's weird. Will you wait, he texted back. Hang on.
Oh
This is my earbud.
no. I'm scared. I'm going to chemistry. Send me the link to the YouTube video. Go on YouTube and search up both of our names with an and in between. I'm going to chemistry. What? Mine, Michelle and Jocelyn. I'm going to. Hey, Caleb. He actually probably Jocelyn texted Aiden. I said, I didn't even say I love you. He said, love you back. Okay. What? Okay. No, it's not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
It's okay.
I'm not okay.
You're okay.
I'm not okay.
Okay, you're not okay, but
You're like, okay, you're not okay, but still calm down. still can't get over these. They're so cute. I know, they won't stay in the pocket holes. I've had to pee 2 times and I've almost drank this entire bottle of water.
I literally do not want to do anything.
I hope we don't,
I literally like.
cause I didn't do it.
I literally got through like 3 seasons of Hunter x Hunter.
I hope we don't have homework because I didn't do it. If we did, I did not do it. Tomo did the hand thing. He did the hand thing. See him in the background? Watch. Watch his hand.
Oh my goodness, yes, Tomo.
I love Tomo and Rambo. They're so cute together.
Yes, bro. You gotta like send that to me or something.
Go into your Google Photos. Google Photos. Yeah, your Google Photos.
I don't know how to get there. I don't see how something.
Go to your email. It's your computer. Just scroll. Show bookmarks bar.
Okay.
Now everything's there for you. Okay. And when you go here, you can click that and it'll immediately bring you to your email. And you go here, scroll down, photos.
Somebody turned in their homework without putting their name on it, stuff out of the book, so I'm gonna let it right here, you all come by, look at it, it's yours.
I'm bookmarking your photos for you. That way we can text. Now,
Jonathan,
Ashley.
Greg is not here today. That's you? Okay.
Okay, refresh your page.
Here, Ashley,
The button refreshes it. Well, that does too.
Julian.
Okay, wait, now. Just. Because now I'm pretty sure it'll show. Yeah, it'll show Ashley Haraway instead of your email.
Ariana.
You can loop it.
Jack.
Now it'll play on repeat.
I wonder what he was doing. What was he doing?
No, he wasn't doing anything. He was just.
Ben.
He just like okay.
Gay. I don't even think he realized he did it.
Skyward is current enough.
You just like random. And then he's like.
I have a C, which is a passing, which I'm proud of myself.
Okay.
Chocolate made me spit out freaking Mountain Dew this morning. She made me laugh, but I forgot doing that now. Kill me. No, don't. Wait, no shit. No, fuck, don't kill me. No, bad. No kill. No kill.
All right, so today, you should be ready
Oh my
for
god, I
annual
haven't listened
density
to this
lab.
in forever. Oh.
Everybody turn it in.
How many?
Tell people.
Do
Any questions about that before you get to those up here?
So do I. I could have my main email on it, but Devlin won't freaking, I don't.
So you take
Oh,
your density.
kill me.
Minus the one I gave you, divided by the one I gave you, times 100. Anybody bake? Yes, sir. That's the jacket it was due today, yeah. I got that, yeah.
lost my tractor super, homework in multiple classes. I hope it's at home. At least that's the last place I remember.
89 minutes ago. I started cleaning.
Talk about that. Other questions?
No.
Yes, all favor. You have it there, right?
I don't know,
So
but I have
you
two
have
likes
your-
other than me, and
little
also watch
thing
and then
on
two
your-
other people.
Your Chromebook. And so if you don't have a printer at home, I'll make arrangements to help you print it in your class.
You can't print stuff off your Chromebook. You have to do it in the
I
library.
have computers here. You
Oh.
log in on my computer.
Okay, got it. I'm not.
Right here. I solved this a long time ago.
Yeah, okay. I'm dumb.
But that's just, when you're ready, we'll do that. We do it before school, after school, during SRT. I'll take that tomorrow, because I know this is
It's lagged.
difficult, so keep looking through stuff. Let me know what's going on. Yeah. Let's see, this is, start hours, I see Joe's, I can ask you questions. Anyway, bake. You do? So you're pretty good in general with like, what's your thing? What do you bake? Brownies, okay. You got
Brownies,
the recipe up here? You know it generally? Okay. So can you give it to me here on the board? No? Anybody? Got a recipe in mind? Who not bake often though?
I bake often, I just don't have it memorized.
Oh, you're one of those bakers, you have to read the recipe every time.
Mhm.
Oh, that's bad.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, not necessarily. You ever watch the cooking shows? I say this, I know what you're saying. So if you've never done it, sure. But you ever watch the cooking shows? These guys never use the recipe. Okay. Right. And so when they're switching in flavors, not really the recipe. So the recipe is like, I do biscuits, I do brownies, I do banana bread, I cook all kinds of stuff. I never use a recipe for anything anymore. But again, I'm older than you, I've been cooking for a long time, but, so I can tell you, like, if I need to make a cake, I can give you the recipe right now. It's like nothing. So, to do that. 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, third cup of oil, a teaspoon of vanilla. I don't use salt in my cooking because I don't like to. I like to put a little salt in there. And if you want it to rise, put a little baking powder in it, usually about a teaspoon. And that's a basic cake. Now add flavors. Orange or whatever you want for your cake. Now you have to think about your kitchen. I assume all of you have been in the kitchen before, right? When you have this glass jar with lines on it, what do they call that? Where you pour like flour in it and fold up. A measuring cup. And what are you measuring? So the one I got, the Corning, is the brand, like a glass, like heavy glass beaker with red printed lines, right? You know what that's meant to measure? Liquid. And everybody uses it for powder, right? You put in 2 cups of flour in there, and that cup is a powder measure the same as a liquid measure.
No,
What do you think?
it is not.
No? Why?
Like, well, whenever you put in liquid, you gotta like go down and then like you look at it. With like powder, you like put it in and then you like stir it, like.
Yeah.
Put in like a cup thing and you like squeeze off.
So you have a measuring cup.
Yeah, measuring cup.
The measuring cups that you have, like usually like a set of them, right? That's for measuring the dry stuff. And I know every time you use brown sugar, they tell you to pack it, right? Don't just smash it in because they know that the brown sugar sticks to itself, and so you wouldn't have enough if you don't pack it tightly, kind of thing. So when you're measuring, let's say, so I have this, I'm kind of lazy on my biscuits anymore, so down at GFS, which is a food store that sells it, right? They sell this box of biscuits mix, right? And they sell it, and so I didn't know this until I started really paying attention to cooking. You shouldn't measure cups of flour. You shouldn't measure out by cup, because that's not accurate. You get inconsistency, because when you buy open a different bag of flour, the grind is different. And so to have the same amount of flour, you need to do it by weight, by mass, right? Now, Julia, you're from Spain, right? So most of your recipes are, you use 100 grams of this, or you don't do cups like we do, because we're, okay. So
We're done,
we did
yeah.
it for convenience. But yeah, in most of the world, they actually have like a kitchen scale and you weigh your flour. Weigh is the wrong word, but we'll use that for now. But let's say, and so this box I've got is designed to make like 200 biscuits, right? Who needs 200 biscuits when you're making a batch for your house? So I had to cut it down, right? And so I'm reading the back of the box. I was gonna photocopy it, but I didn't. So I got to remember the section, because I know my side, they have to scale back up. It's use 4 pounds, 8 ounces of mix, right, for the full box. And I'm gonna make a quarter of the box, a quarter of a batch. How much do I need? 1 pound, 2 ounces. Well, guess what? So you say I need 1 pound, 2 ounces. And that's, I'm sorry that's in English, I don't like using English, but I'm starting cooking, which we understand. You know what these numbers mean? Okay. My scale's in grams. My scale doesn't read pounds. What do I do?
Well, you transfer whatever your scale is, or you transfer your scale to whatever.
Transfer, I like that word, but I mean.
Convert.
Convert, yes. I want to convert it. So how do we convert from one thing to another? Yeah, I have no idea where I like that. I will. Yeah. So let's see. Since most of you grew up in the English system, let's see what you know. In dry measure, what are the units that we use? Weight, per weight. Pounds. What else? Ounces. Anything else?
Grams.
That's in English. That's a metric. We'll get there in a minute. Tons? I mean, if I'm buying a barge for wheat, I'm gonna buy it by the ton, not by the pound, not by the ounce, right? Sometimes I have to convert from one to another. What do you know in 1 ton? Do you know anything about how much a ton weighs in pounds? 2,000. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. How about pounds and ounces? Anybody know that one?
1 pound is 8 ounces.
No, 16. You're close. I know where you got that. So it's not wrong, it just doesn't apply to this option. So I'm talking dry measure. 1 pound in English has a weight of 16 ounces. And you know ounces to grams. No, nobody knows that already. To the ounce. So that's a conversion, it gets to be to the metric system, right? And in the metric system, we have in mass now, which we deal with grams. And while there are centigrams and decigrams, we don't use those. We'll use milligrams, kilograms, right? And there's something referred to as a metric ton. Just big. I think it's G-O-N-N-E for the word in English. So 1 metric ton by definition is 1,000 kilograms. How many grams in a kilogram? 1,000. many milligrams? 1 milligram is 0.001 grams. There's also a microgram, which is much smaller. Micro, you don't remember the metric system, probably like you're supposed to, but that's enough for our discussion. So if I'm reading in grams, and I have a need of 1 pound, 2 ounces, how many grams is that going to be? No, 1 pound, so I start with 1 pound.
So it'd be 28 times 16, right?
Not yet. So 1 pound, and multiply it by, so looking at my thing here, for every 1 pound, I have 16 ounces. So I turn pounds into ounces, right? So it is 16 ounces. But I've got to add the plus 2. So it's 18 ounces in English weight. And then I have to come over here to this conversion. 18 ounce times 28 grams per 1 ounce. And I can now 18 times 28, not a clue. What is it?
Use the computer.
I vote 5 guys. So I need 704 grams. Or a half a kilogram, roughly. Okay? So sometimes you have to convert from one to another. If you went down to South 3rd Street to the Asian market and buy things, all of their stuff is going to be labeled in grams and kilograms. They won't have English measurements on any of them. All right? And if you needed a certain English mass or something, like you're using star anise for a dessert, that's like a, what's it, kind of like a licorice, cinnamon licorice kind of taste. Used a lot in Asian cooking. So if you needed a certain mass of it, but your scale was in English, you'd have to convert it. Right? So the process of converting from one thing to another is what we're getting ready to talk about. In food, it's pretty ubiquitous. We had to learn how to do this pretty quickly. Fortunately, if you have an electronic scale, you can push the button and change from grams to ounces to pounds to whatever. You can change weights so that you have a good scale, right? But sometimes you have to do it the long way. This technique is called dimensional analysis. Also known as the factor label method. And we're going to use it extensively. We're going to use this pretty much every day from now until May. All right, it's going to be necessary that you know how to do this. So let's start with something that's not this. Let me give you a better example that's common to you. Let's see. Is anybody a runner? What distances do we run out there in the world?
100, 200, 400, 800.
I'm missing things.
Yeah, I was missing.
What's the number? 100 what?
100 meters.
Meters. Oh, it's in metric. Okay. Anybody a distance runner? What's a distance race? 2 miles. They're not the same unit. Right? So how many miles? Let's say the 400 meter, right? How many miles equals 400 meters? That's a question. Okay, and you say 2 miles? So how many meters is 2 miles? We'll figure it out. You may have heard it somewhere on the table, how do you know that?
Cause isn't 400 like a fourth of a mile, 400 meters a fourth of a mile? No,
Not necessarily.
what's the full length around the track?
400 meters.
Is it 4 laps around the track a mile?
No, that's 1,600 meters. See, back when I went to school, our track was in English and it was a quarter mile track. Somewhere in the middle 90s, they converted it to a 400 meter track. And they're not the same. I was a swimmer in high school and I swam in a yard pool, 25-yard pool or a 50-yard pool until I went to university and it was in meters. And 50 meters is a lot further than 50 yards by the time you get, based on the oxygen you have to use to get there. It's a big deal, it's a big difference, so you have to pay attention to that. So how do we convert these? So the factor label method, dimensional analysis, means we're going to use units and conversion factors. So what are conversion factors? I have written some here before. So you've learned since you were 3 or 5 or whatever age they started this, you know that there are 12 inches to every 1 foot, right? And they taught you that there are 3 feet to 1 yard. Yeah, you've learned these. There are 5,280 feet to 1 mile. Agreed? You know that number? You should. You live in this country, you should have known that number. Okay. You ever heard of a furlong? Or a fathom? Okay. Fathom is like the depth of water. A furlong is a distance, a linear distance. Hello? Oh, you're here, okay. Just you're right, okay. I'm not gonna go furlong on you right now. I'll have to get you the table of conversions out so you guys can see what it is. It is, furlong is what they use for horse races. All right, and it's like the track distance, like 2.1 miles, and it's so many furlongs. I don't know what it is. I didn't know horse races, so I don't know. Well, let's go with this. So what we do, the rules here, the process. Start with the given information. So we'll do the one on the left first. 400 meters. All right. And so I'm going to take you back to base. To get from English to metric, I need to tell you something. 1 inch is defined, 3 lines means defined, is defined as 2.54 centimeters. That's a definition. And then for every 1 meter, I have 100 centimeters. Okay? So if I start with 400 meters, this is the given information. That's what I'm told. You're going to simply set up a set of fractions. So these equalities turn into fractions. All right? So I'm going to start with 400 meters. The first thing I'm going to do is going to turn it into centimeters. All right, so in this step, I'm going to write 100 centimeters for every 1 meter. Now, how did I know to write it that way? Whatever unit is in this location, meters in this case, needs to be on the bottom in the next step. Okay, have you seen this before? Whatever unit is here must be in the bottom on the next step, because I want to be able to divide it out. So what is meter divided by meter? What's 3 divided by 3?
0.
1. What's 2 divided by 2? So anything divided by itself is So meter divided by meter is 1. They divide away. They're out of the way. So if I stop here, if I take 400 times 100, I have turned meters into centimeters. Yeah? Okay, but I'm not going there. I'm going further down the chain because I want to know how many miles is 400 meters. So I'm at centimeters now. And if I look at meters, they go from centimeters to inches, right? So if I look at this, I have 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And so in the next step, I'm going to multiply it. Again, it's always by fraction. So I draw my fraction bar. What goes where? Which one goes on top? Which one goes on the bottom? This is the conversion. Which one goes on top? The inch. So I'm going to write 1 inch divided by 2.54 centimeters. And if I check my units, centimeter divided by centimeter is 1. So that divides the unit away. And I've turned meters to inches. What's the next step? I'm going to go to miles, right? So if I've gone from meters to inches, what do I need to do? Look up here, what do I need to do next? Turn it into a, you don't know. Look at the list, which I have inches. So I have, where else do I have? I have inches here, where else do I have inches? On the foot, so I can turn inches into feet. So how do I want to do that? What's the next step going to look like, do you think? I'm going to do my multiply and draw my line. So it's a fraction. So I'm going to use this conversion, which goes where? Whatever unit is here needs to be on the bottom of the next. So what goes on the bottom? 12 inches goes on the bottom. And 1 foot goes on the top. So I check my units. Need to write that. 12 inches divided by inches becomes a 1, so it goes away, and I'm now at feet. So I turned meters into feet. And I know it's feet because that's the only unit that's left. So this is called dimensional because the unit is called the dimension. All right? And it's also called the factor label. The label is the meters. The unit is also called the label sometimes. So I'm turning feet. What's the next step? I have feet, but what do I want? This is where I have to make a choice. What do I want? What I'm trying to get to?
You want to get to
Miles. So do I have anything that goes from feet to miles?
yeah, 5,280 feet a mile.
So which goes where?
Feet on bottom, mile on top.
So 1 mile divided by 5,200, 5,280 feet. And so if I check the unit feet divided by feet, that's 1. And if I go through here and check this, I have the only unit that remains is miles. So now if I get out a calculator and do the math, I have turned meters into miles. That make sense? So how do we do this math? This is the tough part. If you have a scientific calculator, this is how you do it. Do that your calculator if you have it. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but did a pass come for me that I was supposed to leave?
No?
No, not yet.
No, you just got here, now you're supposed to leave?
Yeah, I had some stuff to go home. I got stuff going this morning.
Okay.
I'm supposed to do that. But
Okay.
no, it hadn't come yet. No.
All right, that's fine. So we go, so calculator, if you have a scientific calculator, it knows what to do. You do 400 times 100, then divide by 1. We don't have to do that step, right? Times 1, we don't have to do that step. But then we divide by 2.54. You just keep doing your calculator. Then times 1 divided by 12, times 1 divided by 5,280. Right? The ones don't matter, you can skip them. Ones don't change anything. So we have 400 times 100 divided by 2.54 divided by 12 divided by 5,280, and it equals. Okay. John, what do you got? It's a fraction, okay. You can mess these changes up easily. I don't like that number. There's a mistake somewhere. I don't know where it is yet. Julie? 2.48 times, was it times 10 to the something?
Times 10 to the -1.
Sorry, I didn't let you finish it. So what is that? Two, 4, 9 miles. So 400 meters is just a little bit less than a quarter mile. It's quarter mile is 25, right? That makes sense as a process. So now you use this process. I want you to try on your own to turn 2 miles into meters. Start with 2 miles, try to get to meters. Write it out. So when we're doing this as homework, your points are going to come from these steps. You have to write everything out to get credit. Okay, let's start with 2 miles. That's your first number. And you, 2 miles. And every number has to have a unit every time. Very good. I'm going to pass this out.
What is it again?
Start with 2 miles. You gotta go to meters.
This is my least favorite class.
Yeah, I can't see. This is not. I'm just passing out signals off the stuff.
You had a choice. This class is required, I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
You start with 2 miles. I'll give you the person. That's how you start. What's next? You have to use these, right? So if you have miles, what can you turn them into? Okay. Keep asking that question, what can I turn it into? And then the objective is to get it to meters. Have you done this before? You already have.